Can a 99-cent IKEA funnel brew better coffee than another V60? In the latest Indonesian Brewers Cup championship, we saw one competitor placing 6th place using this IKEA funnel to brew the coffee for the judges. Amadeo, that's the name of the competitor. In the routine, I like the fact that in the market there are so many brewers, some of them are a bit expensive. So he decided to use this IKEA funnel to brew his coffee, showing that you don't need to spend so much money on a brewing device to brew delicious coffee. This funnel is made of polypropylene, it's food grade, so it's safe, can resist to high temperature water, 100 degrees Celsius, and also is dishwasher safe. The angle is wider than a classic V60, so it doesn't fit the classical conical paper filter, as you can see. So to brew the coffee, we need to use another paper. What I usually do is using a flat paper filter, like the one I use for Rea. It's the one for Rea. And because it's easier to fit it into this funnel. And now I'm going to show you how I do it. So I take the paper and I do a first fold like this. Okay, and then again folding the paper like this. Okay, it's like when you fold the paper for the Chemex, if you ever did it. Then you open the paper from this side, and now we have a cone. Then you fit into the funnel, and you see that it's similar to the one for the V60. But at this point, what we can do, I'm going to help myself with the stand. Now, from one side, you spread the paper, you open it until it perfectly fits into the dripper. Wet the paper. And now you can see that the paper is perfectly fit into the dripper. As you can see, the paper here sticks very well on the wall, even if we have this geometry here that should give a little gaps for the airflow, but I see that the paper is sticking quite well on the board. So I assume that the airflow is going to be reduced and having a slower drainage and also probably less bypass compared to the classic V60. Now the funnel is ready with the paper and I want to compare it with the V60. I don't want to use a different paper, so to avoid this different kind of like paper material, I'm going to use also a flat paper to brew with the V60. I will fold it in the same way as I did with the IKEA funnel. Okay, take it from one side, fit inside. Now that we have our drippers ready, let's prepare the coffee. The coffee that I will use is a washed anaerobic Típica from Colombia. Even if it's washed, it's fermented, so it's highly fermented, let's say. So it's going to drain fast in both of the drippers, I think. I'm gonna dose 15 grams of coffee for both of them. The other well, 15. Perfect. And I'm going to grind it with the Time War Sculpture 78S that I have here on my brew bar at 15. And it's time to brew it. So, same coffee, same doses, same grind size. The water is ready, is at 90 degrees Celsius. It's a fermented coffee, so we don't need temperature higher than 90. Okay, let's place the V60 here. Let's place the funnel here. I'm going to brew the coffee, of course, in the same way for both of them. I will do 15 grams of coffee. Again, I grounded at 15 with the sculpture. I will say that for Comandante is more or less 28 clicks, so it's quite coarse. I'm doing this for this kind of coffee because it's very easy to extract, and I brew this with 240 grams of water, and I will split it in 3 pours. The first one is going to be 60, so for the blooming, 60 grams of water, and then for the remaining 180, I will split it in 2 pours of 90 grams each. Okay. First 60. And also a liter as well. Now, 1 minute, I'm gonna pour the 90 grams. Coffee is going quite fast, but it's fine, it's amazing, it's perfect. It's gonna be enough to extract all the solids. It's so funny to brew with a funnel, but it works very well so far. Now let's do the last 90 grams on the V60. The V60 is ready. 3 minutes. Let's see the IKEA funnel. I think that the IKEA is a bit slower. It is a bit slower. Makes sense with the fact that, as I said, the paper stick better on the wall, and so there are no gaps or ridges like we have on the V60. Also, as a wider angle, and as I say all the time, wider angle is going to slow down the drainage anyway, but it's fine. Maybe this is the positive thing, especially with this kind of coffee that are very fast. 330. Wow, 30 seconds. Okay. Now, let's make sure that I'm not going to mix them. And we have our 2 brews. It would have been nice to blind taste the brews, but I'm alone, so there is nobody helping me to shift the coffee. I try to be more objective as possible. Okay, this is the one from the funnel. It's very sweet, it's nice, tropical, it's intense. It's like red cherries, also pomegranates. It's very red and yellow, very nice. This one is from the V60. All right, it's brighter, it's very pomegranate and cherry. Maybe the intensity is both of them the same, but I think this is brighter, definitely brighter. This is sweeter. Okay. I'm using the same cup, same shape cup, so try to eliminate also the cup variable. Okay, this is the one from the V60. Brighter acidity, it's very nice, juicy. This one is sweeter with creamier mouthfeel, sweet. Both of them are good cups. This one has a really nice acidity. It's a very high acidity, but not sour. They're actually a good cup of coffee. Good aftertaste, a bit like fizzy, kind of like a cherry fizzy candy. That's actually a really cool cup. This one also has a nice acidity, but it's a kind of like less fizzy kind of acidity. It's more sweet, it's more jammy, creamy. Both of them are really good cup. I brewed well. That was good. Really good coffee. Both of them good device. But yeah, if you want to compare it against the V60 is faster. It gives a like higher acidity, it's brighter, and this one with the IKEA funnel you achieve more sweetness, probably because of the longer contact time. I can say that with this stripper, because it's wider, also the paper stick better on the wall, you will achieve a more sweet cup with a more creamy mouthfeel and also higher body compared to the classic V60. I mean, it's 99 cents. It's crazy. Now, just for reference, let's take the TDS, so we see the difference also in numbers in between the 2 brews. So let's repeat, same coffee, same grind size, same dose, same water, same water degrees, same patterns, everything the same, also same paper, fold in the same way. The only thing change is a dripper. Both of them are plastic, so the same material. It's a kind of like the shape that changed and the internal geometry. Okay, the coffee brewed with the V60 came out with a TDS of 1.33. Okay, it's pretty standard. And let's check the coffee brewed with the IKEA funnel. Okay, the coffee brewed with the IKEA funnel came out with a TDS of 1.35%. 0.02%, does it make a difference? Usually not really in terms of intensity. I didn't find like a difference, like a big difference in strength. The major difference I found in sweetness and mouthfeel, and that is because of the longer contact time that the coffee has with the water. So it's able to extract more of the solutes that contribute to the sweetness and to the mouthfeel at the end of brewing. Now let's taste again the coffee when it cools down. Okay, the one with the V60 still having really nice acidity, really nice cherry, became sweeter as it cools down. It's very pleasant, not dry at all. Really balanced cup. I think I brewed this coffee in the past, but I think that this was the perfect. Even the recipe was great. I'm gonna mark it down. I want to see if it's going to be a new go-to recipe for anaerobic coffee. I'm gonna mark it down. All right, the cup from the IKEA funnel, still super sweet. Also acidity is good. Very cherry, stewed cherry. It's this like kind of like pomegranate acidity that is very nice and sweet. It's more highlighted in the one from the V60, but also here is very nice, but it's sweeter as a cup. It's not dry at all. Also this one, I will say that because this is brighter, the aftertaste is a kind of like longer, is more like, I don't know, I wouldn't say even complex, but it's a kind of like leave me something more on the aftertaste compared to the one from the IKEA funnel. I mean, here I'm not talking that is bad, I'm just talking both are good. Now, what is the little plus or the little minus? There is no minus, only the little plus. Okay, no, I wouldn't say like it's a bit more flat in the aftertaste, but this one, let's say, continues longer. All right, I mean, both of them are great. Higher acidity, more sparkling, more fruity kind of way, fresh fruit in the one from the V60, more stewed fruit, cherry, even tropical fruit from this side, higher sweetness, and also a creamier mouthfeel. None of them are sour or bitter or dry. So, wow, very good coffee. That's really great. It was a great experiment in between the V60 and the IKEA funnel. I'm still laughing about this. It's great. Okay, now I brew the coffee with the IKEA funnel using the flat paper filter. But what if you don't have the paper filter? Now, I would exclude the fact of having a conical paper filter because it doesn't fit. Another alternative is you can use the Kalita paper. You can get the 155 paper filter, it's enough. You can get the 185 if you have. It's going to stick a bit out from the funnel, but it's okay. What you can do is to take the paper and you can just stick it into the brewer. In this way, you have a nice flat bed filter, so you can use it as a flat bed brewer. Otherwise, if you want to use it in a conical way, like I did before, you can take the little paper filter and flat it out on the counter. If you want to use it in this way to flat the paper, I suggest getting the 185 because it has a wider surface and it's going to, let's say, fit better on the funnel. So you flat the paper, let's fold it, and then the second one. It's going to be a bit trickier to place it on the funnel because, you know, it's still have a bit of like wave, but still work. As you can see, it's a bit trickier to fit the Kalita wave in a conical shape, but I think that after you do it a few times, you start to master the method and you're not gonna see any difference. Maybe you can pre-batch some flat paper, I don't know, leave it in between books for a quite long time so it flats perfectly. As you can see, it's not bad at all. There are some parts where still like the wave of the paper maybe it's a bit lifted from the funnel, but it makes a good job. And now you can brew the coffee in a conical shape. This funnel is very curious. I mean, you can really brew delicious coffee with it, and it costs just 99 cents. It's crazy. I got 5 of them from IKEA because I said, yeah, why not? Maybe in the future I want to do some experimenting side by side, and yeah, why not? I'm in Italy, I paid 5 euros. It's 1 euro here. It's fascinating. The fact that, yeah, IKEA made something like this, I don't think they did it on purpose, but maybe they will realize it in the future. I really suggest it. If you manage to go to IKEA and find it, take 1, 2. I mean, it's very curious to try it. Then if you don't use it, if you don't like it, you can use it in the kitchen. I mean, we always need a funnel in the kitchen, so it's fine. It's worth it. So going back to the initial question, can this 99-cent IKEA funnel brew better coffee than an V60? I will say, yeah, I think that it can produce a really good coffee at the same level or even sweeter, as we saw, with the same variable. So I'm very positive about this. I really suggest it. The takeaway from this video is that at the end, it's true. You don't need to spend crazy money on a dripper to brew a delicious coffee. We saw it in this video, and also Amadeo showed it to the entire world during his competition. Now, let me know if you already have one of these and if you already tried to brew the coffee with this IKEA funnel, or if you are planning to get one soon and try it out. I'm very curious to hear your opinion on this, let's say, new coffee dripper. So leave a comment in the section below. I always appreciate them. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next videos, and in the meantime, I wish you a wonderful day and delicious coffee. Ciao!